In this video, I will explain that there are different types of motivation that affect performance and well-being. Renowned psychologists Edward Deci and Richard Ryan developed self-determination theory, which distinguishes between different types of motivation. Generally speaking, we can talk about intrinsic motivation and extrinsic motivation. Intrinsic motivation is when you do something because it's fun. A good example of this is a child playing with a toy. Children play with toys not because they are being rewarded for it, but simply for the pure enjoyment of playing itself. This is intrinsic motivation. The other type is extrinsic motivation, and this can sometimes be a more controlling type of motivation. For example, if you do something to obtain a reward or to avoid a punishment. However, extrinsic motivation can also be autonomously driven. A good example of that is giving blood. Giving blood is not something that's really fun to do, so it's not intrinsically motivating. But people usually do it because they find that it's a very important thing to do. For this reason, we call this extrinsic autonomous motivation. There are two types of motivation that lead to the best performance and well-being outcomes: intrinsic motivation and extrinsic autonomous motivation. In other words, if you do something because you enjoy it or you find it meaningful, you're more likely to perform better and to feel better. You're likely to have more energy and to put more energy into your work. On the other hand, if you work only for the paycheck, you're less likely to perform well and you're more likely to burn out. To get long-lasting motivation, you need to enjoy your work or at least find it meaningful and important. So how can managers help their employees get more enjoyment and meaning out of their jobs? Employees need to feel three things in order to be well motivated. They need to feel competent, autonomous, and related to others. People feel competent when they feel that they are able to master their environment. You can make employees feel more competent by matching their skills and knowledge to what is required to do a good job. People feel autonomous when they feel that what they are doing reflects who they are and not having a sense of pressure. You can make employees feel autonomous by asking them for their opinions and by encouraging them to participate in decision-making. Employees will also feel autonomous when they are given good reasons to engage in an activity. So you can explain the importance of their work, for example, by explaining how their work impacts other people, so they find it more meaningful. Finally, because we are social animals, we need to have meaningful and trustful connections with others to thrive. You can make employees feel related to others by giving them opportunities for social interactions in the workplace. That can be achieved through teamwork, social events, and more interactions with clients. As a manager, it's also important to listen and to be empathic with your employees. Research has shown that when organizations do these things, they're more likely to have engaged employees who have better well-being and are more likely to stay in the organization.